Hello, ladies, and welcome to our new Bible reading series. I'm Cindra Enlow from HeavenlyPlace.com, and this year, as we read through the Bible, we'll explore God's incredible story of love and redemption. If you're looking for a Bible reading plan that's simple and doable, this is it. So let's get started and discover the heart of God together, one chapter at a time. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to our one-year Bible reading plan. This is week 37, day 3. And we've reached the final chapters of the book of Ezekiel as we read chapters 44 through 48. So in our last reading, we saw that God's glory returned back to the temple. After all the judgment and after the exile, God said he would dwell again with his people. And he walked Ezekiel through detailed temple plans showing that everything would be restored in order. Today, in chapters 44 through 48, we get a look at what worship and life will look like when God reigns in the center of his people. In chapter 44, the focus is on the people who can enter the temple and how they must prepare for that. And we see that God honors the faithful priests from the line of Zadok. And, those are the ones who stayed true when others strayed. And it's just a reminder that God sees the faithfulness in others. And then in chapters 44 and 46, the lay of the land is divided between the Lord, the priests, and the people. And everything is measured out fairly and with purpose in these chapters. And then in 47, Ezekiel sees a vision of a river flowing from the temple. At first, it's just a trickle, but then it grows deeper and wider until it becomes a mighty river. And we'll see that wherever the river flows, there's life. Even the salty Dead Sea becomes fresh. So this is just a picture of how God brings healing and renewal wherever he is. And then finally, the land's divided among the 12 tribes, and right in the center is a special city, and its name says everything. The Lord is there. And it's just a beautiful way to just end this reading today also. So here's where we see the heart of God. We see that he's not distant, and he's never finished with us. His desire is to be with his people, to bring life and healing, and to dwell with us forever. Okay, ladies, let's get started on our reading today. Ezekiel chapters 44 through 48.
The Book of Ezekiel. Chapter 44. And he took me back to the outer doorway of the holy place, looking to the east, and it was shut. And the Lord said to me, This doorway is to be shut, it is not to be open, and no man is to go in by it, because the Lord, the God of Israel, has gone in by it, and it is to be shut. But the ruler will be seated there to take his food before the Lord. He will go in by the covered way to the door, and will come out by the same way. And he took me to the north doorway in front of the house, and, looking, I saw that the house of the Lord was full of the glory of the Lord, and I went down on my face. And the Lord said to me, Son of man, take to heart, and let your eyes see and your ears be open to everything I say to you about all the rules of the house of the Lord and all its laws, and take note of the ways into the house and all the ways out of the holy place. And say to the uncontrolled children of Israel, This is what the Lord has said, O you children of Israel, let it be enough for you, among the disgusting things which you have done, to have let men from strange lands, without circumcision of heart or flesh, come into my holy place, making my house unclean, and to have made the offering of my food, even the fat and the blood, and in addition to all your disgusting ways, you have let my agreement be broken, and you have not taken care of my holy things, but you have put them as keepers to take care of my work in my holy place. For this cause the Lord has said, No man from a strange land, without circumcision of heart and flesh, of all those who are living among the children of Israel, is to come into my holy place. But as for the Levites, who went far from me, when Israel went out of the right way, turning away from me to go after their images, their punishment will come on them. But they may be caretakers in my holy place, and overseers at the doors of the house, doing the work of the house. They will put to death the burnt offering and the beasts offered for the people, and they will take their place before them as their servants. Because they did this work for them before their images, and became a cause of sin to the children of Israel, for this cause my hand has been lifted up against them, says the Lord, and their punishment will be on them. And they will not come near me to do the work of priests to me, or come near any of my holy things, or the things which are most holy, but their shame will be on them, and the punishment for the disgusting things which they have done. But I will make them responsible for the care of the house and all its work and everything which is done in it. But as for the priests, the sons of Zadok, who took care of my holy place when the children of Israel were turned away from me, they are to come near me to do my work. They will take their places before me, offering to me the fat and the blood, says the Lord. They are to come into my holy place, and they are to come near to my table, to do my work and have the care of my house. And when they come in by the doorways of the inner square, they are to be clothed in linen robes. There is to be no wool on them while they are doing my work in the doorway of the inner square and inside the house. They are to have linen headdresses on their heads and linen trousers on their legs, and they are to have nothing round them to make their skin wet with heat. And when they go out into the outer square to the people, they are to take off the robes in which they do the work of priests, and put them away in the holy rooms, and put on other clothing, so that the people may not be made holy by their robes. They are not to have all the hair cut off their heads, and they are not to let their hair get long, but they are to have the ends of their hair cut. The priests are not to take wine when they go into the inner square. And they are not to take as wives any widow or woman whose husband has put her away, but they may take virgins of the seed of Israel, or a widow who is the widow of a priest. And they are to make clear to my people the division between what is holy and what is common, and to give them the knowledge of what is clean and what is unclean. In any cause, they are to be in the position of judges, judging in harmony with my decisions. They are to keep my laws and my rules in all my fixed feasts, and they are to keep my Sabbaths holy. They are not to come near any dead person so as to become unclean, but for a father or mother or son or daughter or brother or for a sister who has no husband, they may make themselves unclean. And after he has been made clean, 7 days are to be numbered for him. And on the day when he goes into the inner square, to do the work of the holy place, he is to make his sin offering, says the Lord. And they are to have no heritage. I am their heritage. You are to give them no property in Israel. I am their property. Their food is to be the meal offering and the sin offering and the offering for error, and everything given specially to the Lord in Israel will be theirs. And the best of all the firstfruits of everything, and every offering which is lifted up of all your offerings, will be for the priests, and you are to give the priest the first of your bread making, so causing a blessing to come on your house. The priests may not take for food any bird or beast which has come to a natural death or whose death has been caused by another animal. Chapter 45. And when you are making a distribution of the land, by the decision of the Lord, for your heritage, you are to make an offering to the Lord of a part of the land as holy. It is to be 25,000 long and 20,000 wide. All the land inside these limits is to be holy. Of this, a square 500 long and 500 wide is to be for the holy place, with a space of 50 cubits all round it. And of this measure, let a space be measured, 25,000 long and 10,000 wide. In it there will be the holy place, even the most holy. This holy part of the land is to be for the priests, the servants of the holy place, who come near to the Lord to do his work. It is to be a place for their houses and for grassland and for cattle. A space of land 25,000 long and 10,000 wide is to be for the Levites, the servants of the house, a property for themselves, for towns for their living places. And as the property for the town you are to have a part 5,000 wide and 25,000 long, by the side of the offering of the holy part of the land, This is to be for all the children of Israel. And for the ruler there is to be a part on one side and on the other side of the holy offering and of the property of the town, in front of the holy offering and in front of the property of the town on the west of it and on the east, measured in the same line as one of the parts of the land, from its limit on the west to its limit on the east of the land. And this will be his heritage in Israel, and my rulers will no longer be cruel masters to my people, but they will give the land as a heritage to the children of Israel by their tribes. This is what the Lord has said. Let this be enough for you, O rulers of Israel. Let there be an end of violent behavior and wasting. Do what is right, judging uprightly. Let there be no more driving out of my people, says the Lord. Have true scales and a true ephah and a true bath. The ephah and the bath are to be of the same measure, so that the bath is equal to 1/10 of a homer, and the ephah to 1/10 of a homer. The unit of measure is to be a homer, and the shekel is to be 20 gerahs. 5 shekels are 5, and 10 shekels are 10. And your min is to be 50 shekels. This is the offering you are to give, 1/6 of an ephah out of a homer of wheat, and 1/6 of an ephah out of a homer of barley. And the fixed measure of oil is to be 1/10 of a bath from the core, for 10 baths make up the core, and 1 lamb from the flock out of every 200, from all the families of Israel, for a meal offering and for a burnt offering and for peace offerings, to take away their sin, says the Lord. All the people are to give this offering to the ruler, and the ruler will be responsible for the burnt offering and the meal offering and the drink offering, at the feasts and the new moons and the Sabbaths, at all the fixed feasts of the children of Israel. He will give the sin offering and meal offering and burnt offering and the peace offerings, to take away the sin of the children of Israel. This is what the Lord has said. In the first month, on the first day of the month, you are to take a young ox without any mark on him, and you are to make the holy place clean. And the priest is to take some of the blood of the sin offering and put it on the uprights at the sides of the doors of the house, and on the 4 angles of the shelf of the altar, and on the sides of the doorway of the inner square. And this you are to do on the 7th day of the month for everyone who is in error and for the feeble-minded. You are to make the house free from sin. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, you are to have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread is to be your food. And on that day the ruler is to give for himself and for all the people of the land an ox for a sin offering. And on the 7 days of the feast he is to give a burnt offering to the Lord, 7 oxen and 7 sheep without any mark on them, every day for 7 days, and a he-goat every day for a sin offering. And he is to give a meal offering, an ephah for every ox and an ephah for every sheep and a hin of oil to every ephah. In the 7th month, on the 15th day of the month, at the feast, he is to give the same for 7 days, the sin offering, the burnt offering, the meal offering, and the oil as before. Chapter 46. This is what the Lord has said. The doorway of the inner square looking to the east is to be shut on the 6 working days, but on the Sabbath it is to be open, and at the time of the new moon it is to be open. And the ruler is to go in through the covered way of the outer doorway outside, and take his place by the pillar of the doorway, and the priests will make his burnt offering and his peace offerings, and he will give worship at the doorstep of the doorway. Then he will go out, and the door will not be shut till the evening. And the people of the land are to give worship at the door of that doorway before the Lord on the Sabbaths and at the new moons. And the burnt offering offered to the Lord by the ruler on the Sabbath day is to be 6 lambs without a mark on them and a male sheep without a mark, and the meal offering is to be an ephah for the sheep, and for the lambs whatever he is able to give, and a hin of oil to an ephah. And at the time of the new moon it is to be a young ox of the herd without a mark on him, and 6 lambs and a male sheep, all without a mark. And he is to give a meal offering, an ephah for the ox and an ephah for the sheep, and for the lambs whatever he is able to give, and a hin of oil to an ephah. And when the ruler comes in, he is to go in through the covered way of the doorway, and he is to go out by the same way. But when the people of the land come before the Lord at the fixed feasts, he who comes in by the north doorway to give worship is to go out by the south doorway, and he who comes in by the south doorway is to go out by the north doorway. He is not to come back by the doorway through which he went in, but is to go straight before him. And the ruler, when they come in, is to come among them, and is to go out when they go out. At the feasts and the fixed meetings the meal offerings are to be an ephah for an ox, and an ephah for a male sheep, and for the lambs whatever he is able to give, and a hin of oil to an ephah. And when the ruler makes a free offering, a burnt offering or a peace offering freely given to the Lord, the doorway looking to the east is to be made open for him. And he is to make his burnt offering and his peace offerings as he does on the Sabbath day, and he will go out, and the door will be shut after he has gone out. And you are to give a lamb a year old without any mark on it for a burnt offering to the Lord every day, morning by morning you are to give it. And you are to give, morning by morning, a meal offering with it, a sixth of an ephah and a third of a hin of oil dropped on the best meal, a meal offering offered to the Lord at all times by an eternal order. And they are to give the lamb and the meal offering and the oil, morning by morning, for a burnt offering at all times. This is what the Lord has said. If the ruler gives a property to any of his sons, it is his heritage and will be the property of his sons, it is theirs for their heritage. And if he gives a part of his heritage to one of his servants, it will be his till the year of making free, and then it will go back to the ruler, for it is his son's heritage, and is to be theirs. And the ruler is not to take the heritage of any of the people, driving them out of their property. He is to give a heritage to his sons out of the property which is his, so that my people may not be sent away from their property. And he took me through by the way in at the side of the doorway into the holy rooms which are the priests, looking to the north, and I saw a place at the side of them to the west. And he said to me, This is the place where the offering for error and the sin offering are to be cooked in water by the priests, and where the meal offering is to be cooked in the oven, so that they may not be taken out into the outer square to make the people holy. And he took me out into the outer square and made me go by the 4 angles of the square, and I saw that in every angle of the open square there was a space shut in. In the 4 angles there were spaces walled in, 40 cubits long and 30 wide, the 4 were of the same size, and there was a line of wall all round inside them, round all 4, and boiling places were made under it all round about. And he said to me, These are the boiling rooms, where the offering of the people is cooked by the servants of the house. Chapter 47. And he took me back to the door of the house, and I saw that waters were flowing out from under the doorstep of the house on the east, for the house was facing east, and the waters came down from under, from the right side of the house, on the south side of the altar. And he took me out by the north doorway, and made me go round to the outside of the doorway looking to the east, and I saw waters running slowly out on the south side. And the man went out to the east with a line in his hand, and after measuring 1,000 cubits, he made me go through the waters, which came over my feet. And again, measuring 1,000 cubits, he made me go through the waters which came up to my knees. Again, measuring 1,000, he made me go through the waters up to the middle of my body. Again, after his measuring 1,000, it became a river which it was not possible to go through, for the waters had become deep enough for swimming, a river it was not possible to go through. And he said to me, Son of man, have you seen this? Then he took me to the river's edge. And he took me back, and I saw at the edge of the river a very great number of trees on this side and on that. And he said to me, These waters are flowing out to the east part of the land and down into the Arabah, and they will go to the sea, and the waters will be made sweet. And it will come about that every living and moving thing, wherever their streams come, will have life, and there will be very much fish because these waters have come there and have been made sweet, and everything wherever the river comes will have life, and fishermen will take up their places by it. From En-Gedi as far as En-Eglaim will be a place for the stretching out of nets. The fish will be of every sort, like the fish of the great sea, a very great number. The wet places in the pools will not be made sweet, they will be given up to salt. And by the edge of the river, on this side and on that, will come up every tree used for food, whose leaves will ever be green and its fruit will not come to an end. It will have new fruit every month, because its waters come out from the holy place. The fruit will be for food and the leaf will make well those who are ill. This is what the Lord has said. These are the limits by which you will take up your heritage in the land among the 12 tribes of Israel. Joseph is to have 2 parts, and you are to make an equal division of it. as I gave my oath to your fathers to give it to you, for this land is to be your heritage. And this is to be the limit of the land, on the north side, from the great sea, in the direction of Hethlon, as far as the way into Hamath, to Zedad, Berothah, Sibraim, which is between the limit of Damascus and the limit of Hazahatakan, which is on the limit of Horon. And this is the limit from the sea in the direction of Hazrenon, and the limit of Damascus is to the north, and on the north is the limit of Hamath. This is the north side. And the east side will be from Hazrenon, which is between Horon and Damascus, and between Gilead and the land of Israel the Jordan will be the limit, to the east sea, to Tamar. This is the east side. And the south side to the south will be from Tamar as far as the waters of Meribath Kadesh, to the stream of Egypt, to the great sea. This is the south side, on the south. And the west side will be the great sea, from the limit on the south to a point opposite the way into Hamath. This is the west side. You will make a division of the land among you, tribe by tribe, and you are to make a distribution of it, by the decision of the Lord, for a heritage to you and to the men from other lands who are living among you and who have children in your land. They will be the same to you as if they were Israelites by birth. They will have their heritage with you among the tribes of Israel. In whatever tribe the man from a strange land is living, there you are to give him his heritage, says the Lord. Chapter 48. Now these are the names of the tribes, from the north end, from the west on the way of Hethlon to the way into Hamath, in the direction of Hazrenon, with the limit of Damascus to the north, by Hamath, and on the limit from the east side to the west side, Dan, one part. And on the limit of Dan, from the east side to the west side, Asher, one part. And on the limit of Asher, from the east side to the west side, Naphtali, one part. And on the limit of Naphtali, from the east side to the west side, Manasseh, one part. And on the limit of Manasseh, from the east side to the west side, Ephraim, one part. And on the limit of Ephraim, from the east side to the west side, Reuben, one part. And on the limit of Reuben, from the east side to the west side, Judah, one part. And on the limit of Judah, from the east side to the west side, will be the offering which you are to make, 25,000 wide, and as long as one of the parts, from the east side to the west side, and the holy place will be in the middle of it. The offering you will give to the Lord is to be 25,000 long and 25,000 wide. And for these, that is the priests, the holy offering is to be 25,000 long to the north, 10,000 wide to the west, 10,000 wide to the east and 25,000 long to the south, and the holy place of the Lord will be in the middle of it. For the priests who have been made holy, those are the sons of Zadok who kept the orders I gave them, who did not go out of the right way when the children of Israel went from the way, as the Levites did. Even for them will be the offering from the offering of the land, a thing most holy, on the limit of the land given to the Levites. And the Levites are to have a part of the land equal to the limit of the priests, 25,000 long and 10,000 wide, all of it together to be 25,000 long and 20,000 wide. And they are not to let any of it go for a price, or give it in exchange, and the part of the land given to the Lord is not to go into other hands, for it is holy to the Lord. And the other 5,000, measured from side to side, in front of the 25,000, is to be for common use, for the town, for living in and for a free space, and the town will be in the middle of it. And these will be its measures: the north side, 4,500, and the south side, 4,500, and on the east side, 4,500, and on the west side, 4,500. And the town will have a free space on the north of 250, on the south of 250, on the east of 250, and on the west of 250. And the rest, in measure as long as the holy offering, will be 10,000 to the east and 10,000 to the west, and its produce will be for food for the workers of the town. It will be farmed by workers of the town from all the tribes of Israel. The size of the offering altogether is to be 25,000 by 25,000. You are to make the holy offering a square, together with the property of the town. And the rest is to be for the prince, on this side and on that side of the holy offering and of the property of the town, in front of the 25,000 to the east, as far as the east limit, and to the west, in front of the 25,000, as far as the west limit, and of the same measure as those parts. It will be the property of the prince, and the holy offering and holy place of the house will be in the middle of it. And the property of the Levites and the property of the town will be in the middle of the prince's property, between the limit of Judah's part and the limit of Benjamin's part will be for the prince. And as for the rest of the tribes, from the east side to the west side, Benjamin, one part. And on the limit of Benjamin, from the east side to the west side, Simeon, one part. And on the limit of Simeon, from the east side to the west side, Issachar, one part. And on the limit of Issachar, from the east side to the west side, Zebulun, one part. And on the limit of Zebulun, from the east side to the west side, Gad, one part. And on the limit of Gad, on the south side and to the south of it, the limit will be from Tamar to the waters of Meribath Kadesh, to the stream, to the great sea. This is the land of which distribution is to be made by the decision of the Lord, among the tribes of Israel for their heritage. And these are their heritages, says the Lord. And these are the outskirts of the town, on the north side, 4,500 by measure, and the doors of the town are to be named by the names of the tribes of Israel. 3 doors on the north, one for Reuben, one for Judah, one for Levi, and at the east side, 4,500 by measure, and 3 doors, one for Joseph, one for Benjamin, one for Dan, and at the south side, 4,500 by measure, and 3 doors, one for Simeon, one for Issachar, one for Zebulun, at the west side, 4,500 by measure, with their 3 doors, one for Gad, one for Asher, one for Naphtali. It is to be 18,000 all round. And the name of the town from that day will be, the Lord is there.